Hello, my name is Lori Ellington with poly-coach.com. That's poly-coach.com. I wanted to create a video about what it's like to work with me. Lots of times people are on my site or they see something on social media, and so they see me in text or they see me in picture, but they don't really get a chance to know who I am. And so I wanted to just run through a little bit about what I do and how I do it and where I'm coming from. The process of working with me, generally someone will send me an email after going to my website or seeing something on Facebook or social media. And then I will respond to that email and I send them a pretty detailed explanation about the next steps. And so, different than a lot of coaches or a lot of therapists, like I don't normally offer a free consultation. I've found that if I offer a 15-minute consultation, I know I want to give more than that. I know that I want to give that client as much of my attention as possible, and I just can't do it in 15 minutes. And I've tried to do it in 15 minutes, I've tried to do it in 30 minutes, but then I start going over because I get so interested and so engaged in what the client is bringing, and I just want to help people. So, about a couple years ago, I decided to offer my consultation the first time people actually get to interact with me for sliding scale. So that gives the client an opportunity to, choose what works for them in terms of what value they can actually choose what works for them financially, knowing that they're going to get a seriously good deal, hopefully, on what it is that they're coming to me for. So in a nutshell, I offer a 60-minute full in-depth coaching session for a discounted rate. And in the course of that, we look at, history, like what led people to find me. And sometimes it'll be an individual that contacts me. Sometimes it'll be a couple. Sometimes it'll be a group. I work with individuals, couples, and groups in all kinds of relationships. I do market as open relationship and polyamory, but sometimes people will come to me because they're new and they've just heard about poly, or they've just heard about ethical non-monogamy, or they're just in a new phase of their life or in a new phase of their relationship. And so there's no one way that people find me, and there's no one label that I put on people who find me or even what I do. Like, I am a woman who enjoys having conversations with people about relationship, and the spectrum in which I look at relationship is pretty wide. So that's like maybe more information than I need to share with you right now. But again, it's like part of me wants to give you an idea of who I am before you send me money and we have a conversation, because it just kind of makes sense to me. So again, someone will contact me, they'll send me an email, I'll send them a longer email with a description of what it is that they can expect in that consultation. And generally that's, they share some story about how they found me. Maybe they'll, get into a dynamic or a problem or some dilemma or something that is like triggering or upsetting, and they just need to have a conversation with a third party. And so again, sometimes that's an individual, sometimes that's a couple, sometimes it's a group. Regardless of who shows up, I do give everyone an opportunity to speak for themselves. I think it's very, very important that everyone has some time and some space to really express what's going on for them, because that, first of all, it's very important that we share our story. Also, I think it's really important that people are validated in their experience. And lots of times when we're in a closed bubble in our relationship, we find ourselves in these dynamics where, yeah, we can hear our partner, but we might not be able to validate or really receive what it is that they're saying. Or sometimes we might really want to share something with our partner, but we might not really know what we really need to share, what that underlying need is, because we're stuck in a trigger. And so when you have one or two or more people stuck in a trigger, it's really hard to communicate, and it feels like you're walking through a minefield. And nobody wants to walk through a minefield. It's just not fun. So again, so people will contact me. They'll be like, "Hey, here I am. We've got this situation," and so I just kind of have a conversation, and we all have a conversation like we're sitting down at the table. And I listen to one person, I listen to the other person, and then I start asking questions. And the questions that I ask are more like they're coming from a place of curiosity. They're coming from a place of a desire to really know what it's like to be you, or what it's like to be the partner, or what it's like to be the group, like what it's like to be each individual, and then how are these individuals interacting with each other or not, how are they connecting or not, and what's hindering and what, or it's what's helping and what's hindering their relationship, their level of intimacy, their level of communication, their level of connection. So I just have, I don't know, like I guess I turn into some sort of like something, like I'm a space keeper, I'm a space holder. So I really, yeah, I enjoy holding space for others because I know that relationships are hard. I know that being human is hard. I know that learning something new is hard. And I just know that life can be really, really challenging. And the more things we add on our plate, the more impact they have on our emotional bandwidth. And sometimes we just need to press the pause button and say, I'm not giving up on this, but I need a little help. So yes. So if you are in that place where you're looking for some support or you're looking for a conversation just to check in and see if we're a good fit, I highly recommend that you contact me. You can send me an email at polycoaching@gmail.com. That's polycoaching@gmail.com. And I'll send you the email letting you know about, the structure of the exploratory session. I'll give you the sliding scale for the rates. And then if you want to continue working together, then we can talk about rates. And if you are presenting something to me that feels like it's a better fit for somebody else, then of course I'll share any information I have about someone else that you might be able to work with. And then usually after that consultation, you'll have a pretty clear idea of your next steps, and whether that's working with me or working with someone else, or just reading some of the resources that I give you, because I do send each client home with a pretty extensive list of reading material, just things that I've found have been very, very helpful over my 7 years practice in the lifestyle. So yeah, just wanted to give you a little bit of information through a video chat so you know a little bit more about who I am and where I'm coming from and how I treat the exploratory session, which is a 60-minute coaching session. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. All right, thanks so much. Bye-bye.